All right, here we go. So we are at episode 8 of Empyrion 12.3.3, to be specific, the Let's Play world. And last time we talked, we promised we was going to deal with the factory and uh, spawn in the Iron Band. Oh, we was going to spawn in the transport, but we got bad news. We'll get to that in a minute. But right now, let's touch on something really quick about how to launch the co-op. So if you wanted to play with somebody inside your house, so let's show you how you do that real quick. I don't know why it's hidden the way it is, but we're just going to click resume game to go to our game, and this is our Let's Play YouTube. Now down here on the bottom right, you'll see where it says load game. If you hit this, you hit local co-op, it'll create a server, right? And it'll pop open a server window. Let's see if I can show that to you. Center monitor, upper monitor, left monitor. So let's turn that on. Let's turn Empyrion on off. Oh, it went away. Oh, we'll click it up. There it is. See, it opens this window on your computer and then it minimizes your taskbar. But this is where your server is running right now. And you see the main game itself. You can see the main game itself is trying to load into that server. So now we are in a local co-op. So that, let's say my nephew can join in, and all he would have to do would be join game, right? And then he click on the friends tabs, because we're friends. It's easier if he finds friends than to dig around looking for it, and that he could just join right in the server, and he can join in here and play. But we're going to back out of this just for GP. We're going to close our server. Now it's important you see this. You see where it says the local dedicated server is still running in the background. So we actually have to shut that off. So we'll click OK. Let's go back over here to that other one here, and we'll see right here. You'll see it's running, and then you actually have to pull it up on your taskbar and then click save and exit. And it is done there. So let's go back to Empyrion. So we're just going to resume game normally. We're not going to open the server. And we are going to just load game and play single player. Because even though I launched co-op and there's no one else in it, for some reason, I still can't go to sleep in a tent, even though there's no one else in it, because it's running on the server. And you can leave that running in the background and leave the game. You just can't join another game while it's there. Anyway, let's get to the point of this, which is the factory and spawn it in. But as you noticed earlier yesterday, I had radiation burn, and I thought I could come back here and hop in the shower to deal with radiation burn. Hit the shower. I can reduce radiation, but I already got the burn from the radiation, so I have to deal with that. And I don't have the active medicines needed for it. And let's see what medicine I would need. My stuff isn't even down. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to die in 1 minute. So it's all right. I'll spawn right back here at the base because I can choose the base. So we're going to hit F2. F2 to open up our windows here. And let's go to our factory. See how we've left and came back in, and we're here, right? So we click on factory and it shows, remember earlier on in one of the, I think first episode, we went ahead and put the Iron Bandit. I think it's called the Dart to begin with. This was a starter vessel, a default vessel that I've evolved over time to my gameplay. It's got a good amount of storage to it. It's got a single railgun. You can put another railgun on if you want. I just do that so that I could. Usually I spawn it in right at level 7. You see our unlock level here is level 7. If that's red, you can send it to the factory and you can build it. You just can't spawn it until you get to that level. But unfortunately, once you've put a vehicle into the factory, that's the vehicle you have to send to production before you can start another one. Now, once it's done, it goes in your list of vehicles that can be spawned, but we've got to put the stuff in to make it before we can move on to make the next one. So in this episode, we're gonna use the factory to make the Iron Bandit. Here I go. I'm dying. You hear me crying. Yeah. So we can stall around for a minute. So we're going to need copper. Oh, radiation poisoning, intoxication. Let's see that. Can't do anything. Now, I could probably put up one of those medical devices that I got down inside of this box, this case here. Let's see this. It's too heavy for me to carry. So I got to connect to this. So we can do is, let's see if I can't solve this problem. So let's deal with the radiation poisoning. Food poisoning. Open wound. Broken leg mutilation. Radiation poisoning. So this one, we're just going to put it up anyway. We have cured that. It has not got rid of intoxication. So let's pick it up. Hang on, I got to adjust my window so I can see it better. You guys have a better view of what I'm doing than I do. Okay, so we're going to pick it up now and put it down to try to cure this intoxication. So go back to F4. Make sure we're on that. Put that in there. Go back to this. You can put all these up. I only have the one. So intoxication. There it is. This one will cure intoxication. So let's put that one up. Look at it. Press F. And now we're cured. Now our health is bad. But remember, we have this here. First aid. So now we are cured. We're going to pick that up and put it back. It should have already went in there. Yeah. Oh, where'd it go? Yep, there it is. So it's in there. We're good. Now, you remember in the in that POI from last episode, if we put a core down, we can go in there and we can pick up all those other medical devices, and it doesn't matter. We just pick them up, them all up, and they just become the same one, and we can right click to expand like we just did here. So if we was to go there and we was to pick up 3 more of them, we could put all 4 of our medical devices down right here and at least be able to heal ourselves and treat certain conditions. We don't want to put a core over there yet because there might be some other things. I know there's an advanced constructor, and we just don't have a ship with enough storage to be able to transport our goods back here. So while we could use that base storage like we did with the Heidelberg here to put the engines in, we could do the same thing over to take that stuff down, but we won't be able to transport stuff back here because you see the medical devices things, they're heavy. Advanced constructors are super heavy. So we got to get to that later. So let's focus in on here and let's get to the Iron Bandit. So we'll open up the F2 again and you'll see we're going to need 189 carbon substrate. Now we can go into here and we can look for certain things. Like if we had glass in here, we have 16 carbon substrate. To make carbon substrate, it's pretty easy. I think it's plant fibers and stone dust. And let's see how many. We know we got the plant fibers. We get that from wood, but the stone dust, we've only got 30. And to make stone dust requires how much stone? So that would probably be a component. Stone dust. 5 crushed stone make 20. So we'll probably be able to make 120 of those. Maybe less. Let's see what we got. So we're gonna need more rocks, but we're also gonna need copper. We need 152 copper and 119 silicon. Let's see what we got in here for silicon and copper. See, now we know there's copper back at the POI, so we can go back there and loot things. But again, we're limited in our transportation. So having a ship with, I don't know, at least 3,000 storage, which this Iron Bandit has, would come in really handy right now. That heavy lift steel transport or the heavy lift carbon transport, that would be really handy because it's got almost 15,000, and you could put the Bandit on it and bring them both back here for what 17, 18,000 storage. So we need to go get us some copper and some silicon. So we've only got 5 silicon here, and we got very little ore, iron ore. So we have 14 silicon ore. 35 copper ore. We're going to need more. So the only way to do that is let's go get in our refrigerator here. And go do some mining. We got fuel, so we're good. So turn the fridge only off. Put her up in the air. Let's see what we got. You know, can I make a drill? I should be able to make a drill. Let's make a drill. Because now that we got Promethean, we can make the charges. P. Fridge off. Yeah. Let's get in here and make us a drill. How much fuel we got in our base? We're alright. We're not using it for nothing. So let's prep this for we turn our base on. So we're going to need some tools. And oh looky, our drill is not unlocked. So we got to go into our tech tree and go into tools. Come down here to our drill. I could have swore we picked up a drill charge. We picked up one. We're going to need more. So, but now that we've unlocked the drill, it unlocks the drill charges as well. So we come into our tools and we make a drill. And for every one of these you create, it outputs 5. So we're going to make 2 of those and come out. Press Y to turn our base back on, our improvised base. Oh, remember the POI while this stuff is making, it should be pretty fast. We picked up some armor inserts. And we also picked up some heavy armor. So we're going to take our light armor off. I took liberties of putting everything in the chest. Put our heavy armor on. Let's put this back on so you can see. Over here, you got 2 slots. So we're going to take that off and put the... Is there a medium? We got 2 heavies. Put a heavy on and you see we jump right to 4. So we didn't even grab the mediums. And these are the boosters you can put in. So you can put a mobility boost in. You can put an oxygen tank boost in. We have an armor boost, makes us stronger, and an insulation boost. We need an EVA and a multi-boost. In my opinion, I don't think the insulation boost is enough to keep us warm in space. But it doesn't matter when we have the heavy lift transport ship, because it has a rear compartment you could use to stand in while you're out drone mining things. So let's shut our base off because I'm pretty sure this stuff is done. Yeah, it's done. So we get our drill charges and we get our drill and we'll put it right in here. Put our tent up here. Now let's go look for some resources. Let's make sure this thing is empty. There's nothing in it except food. And our piddly little 250. So go back in here and turn our fridge only on from us adjusting everything. And we're in the air. Boom. So we need copper and silicon. There's a copper deposit right back there, right by us. Yeah, this is the one we already started in. We didn't finish it. See how it shows us there's 80% left? Because we mined 20% of it forward. You see, it says it's a small one. It's all right. Let's find our hole that we dug. Yeah, there she is. She's right there. We'll level our ship out. Our fridge only out. Hit F to get out of our ship. And we are going to go to F. We're going to go to our drill. Click right click and click the resource drill. Now you see this has got some additional tools. You got the resource drill. It's got the fine drill so you could do a little better leveling with stuff. It's got a filler so you could backfill things if you needed to. And you could flatten an area. I've never found it really useful for that stuff. The survival tool actually works better in my opinion for flattening stuff. So we are going to watch how fast this destroys this stuff. It's reloading right now, so I got to put a cartridge in it. Now we're good. 750. So let's go. Look at it. See how before we had to beat on it? This just pulls this stuff right in. And we're not going to be too stingy either. We're going to pick some of this stone up, because remember, the stone and the fibers is what we use to make carbon substrate. And my inventory's already full. So I hit F5. That'll get aggravating. So I hit F4. Cargo box 1. Let's put as much as we can in there and pick this up. So now we got copper. Stone. Fridge. Online. Turn everything back on. Let's head back to our base. Just turning with my mouse. Again, reiterate the controls. It's just like WASD, spacebar. Spacebar makes you go up. C makes you go down. Q and E. Q makes you roll to the right. E makes you roll. No, Q makes you roll left. E makes you roll to the right. And O automatically levels you on all axes, pitch and yaw. And if your ship is really squirrely and moving back and forth and it doesn't perform the way you want it to, you can actually hit P and go into your statistics. And down here, you can change how sensitive it is. So it's not, because some ships just move because you got so many motors on them. Like that transport ship that I have, it's got so many motors that it's when it's empty, it's all over the place. But I've done some design and tweaking to it to make it so that it's extremely functional. So we're going to put this stuff in here, and we're not going to turn it on to turn into ore yet, because we want to be here because we want to conserve fuel. I'm just being greedy, even though I can probably go cut down trees. So I don't know how much copper we're going to need. We're going to go back and get more. So P. Over here. We're going to finish that off. We only have 40% left in it anyway. So we'll get that. And then we'll go find us the silicon deposit. I'm not going to worry about the iron, because the iron we can get from the Heidelberg. P is off. It doesn't seem like we're picking up a lot, but because we're using this drill, F5, launch our drone. This thing picks up stuff so fast. You can just see the bottom left down there next to my health bar, just how much stuff I'm picking up. Doing it a little slower now just to see, because I do want to focus on just the copper. Okay, inventory is full. Let's pick up one more. So we're F5 to back out of this, and we're gonna hit. Oh, I didn't empty the ship, did I? I did not. Cargo box 1. It's okay. We're good. Where did that ore go? I know I picked it up. Oh well. When our inventory was full, it should have dropped an ore. I hear a spider. Where'd it go? Did it go on the ground? Oh yeah, see, there it is. We're gonna hit F to get out. We're gonna jump down and pick that up, because that was 6 copper. That's 10 ingots right there. See how we come in fast and heavy? It's because we got 4 motors on the back and 2 on the front, and we got some weight in here. So P to turn this off, F to get out. We could come closer. We don't have Wi-Fi, but it's all right. We're gonna put all this in here. So for every 5 copper ore you put in, you get 10 ingots. I think that's the math. I don't know. So yeah, we should have enough of that. No problem. Let's turn it on and let's look. So the copper, how much do we need? We only need 152 ingots. So every time we click on this, it's going to take 5 ore out and make 10 ingots. So we want, so it's 10, 20, 30, 40. So that's going to make 200, right? Wait, no. Let's find out. 1. Let's turn it on and see what it does. Let's look how many coppers we got in here. We got 9 in here right now, so let's see what that does. Will it make just 10? Oh, it puts it over here. So we made 2. See, it does. So every time you click once, it makes 10. So we got, let's see. So we've got, let's see, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. There you go. The reason why I want to do this discreetly is because we've got the copper to make the copper. But when you look in here, we should have like 104 stone. Yeah. So we can use the stone. If you look in the recipes, you can see I can make iron out of 15 crushed stone. I can make copper out of 15. And I can make silicon out of 15. But then I also need plant fibers and stone dust to make carbon substrate. Right? So let's see how much carbon substrate I'm going to need. I need 189, and I have... Let's just grab our carbon substrate. Hit F2, put it up in here. So I need, let's say, roughly about 180 of them. So let's make the carbon substrate now. Make 180 carbon substrate. So we use the stone for that, and not for actually making copper, silicon, or iron. So this makes 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll make 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll make 180. So we'll have 180 carbon substrate. It's going to break down our wood to make us some fibers. Remember, every wood log makes... One wood log makes 30 of those. So we're good. Because this is... We got 38 wood logs left in our input. Let's grab our copper ingots here. Hit F2. Toss our copper into here. We need to grab the rest of our copper that's in here. F2. Now watch this. See, it requires... I only need 22 more in there, but I got 29. So watch what happens. I'll put that in there, and it's going to give me a positive amount. Right? So when it goes to make this, it's only going to use 152, and it's going to leave me a surplus of 7 in here. Now, I cannot withdraw any excess out of here at any given time. But when I go to make my next vessel, I'll just need, if it needs copper, I just need 7 less of it. So when you're in space out mining for stuff and your inventory is getting full because you got 40,000 sathium ingots and, 40,000 iron ingots, and you're starting to fill your inventory, you can just take the ship that you know you want to make, put it in the factory, and start sticking things in here for basically free storage, unlimited free storage. Because you really don't need sathium, you really don't need 40,000 iron, you just need what iron you need to make the stuff you need to make. You really don't need more than, honestly, a stack of each, which is like 4,000. That's overkill for everything. Except maybe magnesium, because ammunition is made out of magnesium. So let's leave that on. Let's shut our base off, say fuel. Come in here, we got our 180 carbon substrate. Put our carbon substrate in here. So now we got the carbon substrate and the copper done. We need to do the silicon, the iron, and the titanium. Now the titanium should be really easy because we haven't really been using it, have we? See, we got 16 titanium plates here. So let's click on this. And 16 of them. Let's see what it gives us for titanium. It gives us 8. So for every 2 titanium plates, you get 1 titanium rod. So we're good on titanium now. That didn't take much. Now for the iron, remember, guys, I promised you we'd start getting some of those steel plates. Do we have any steel plates left? Just 2. Because we don't really have a lot of iron. We don't want to scrap it. So we have our multi-tool now. And we have a T2, I believe. Yep, remember, because we looted it down there. So what we want to do is we want to start at the top. But we want to connect to an empty chest, which is this is fine. So we're going to connect it. And we're going to launch our drone. Now we only need hardened steel or steel. We don't need the, yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll get the titanium. We just need steel because it'll give us just steel plates, but the hardened steel will give us steel plates plus titanium plates, but titanium's titanium in my opinion. Am I picking up or salvaging? What did I do? Let's hit F4. Yeah, see, I picked up the actual thing. See, I picked up the destroy block. We can actually take these blocks and we can go use them to build a little room over here around our house. Even the steel block. So you'll put that broken block down. So F4. Sorry, I'm in my drones. Your drone and your personal self is two different storage things. See, I put it down and it's still going to give me 3 broken blocks. Yeah, there's reasons for it. People use these to create damaged ships and whatnot. Or we can take our steel over here and come over and make like a wall around our base. In case we get a drone attack, at least we've got some defense around our loot and stuff to keep it from being destroyed. But I don't care. But that's how you can make a quick, easy base without actually having to spend any resources to get it. And we're just going to put these down because I forgot to hit. I forgot to go to my multi-tool. Instead of picking up blocks, I want to go to salvage. One single click. You see I'm picking up my titanium plates and steel plates. Even the salvage plates are turning back into steel plates. We're just trying to get the iron we need to get that iron bandit. And then we're going to wash, rinse, repeat this for, this is just a decorative block. You pick it up, you get carbon substrate, glass, mechanical components, all useful stuff for construction later. You don't really want a ton of it in your inventory to weigh you down. But early on, that stuff's good to have because it keeps you from using. Go over to this, hit F and just pick it up, and you pick up the steel plates for it. Or whatever resources it drops from salvaging. I don't know how much we need, but I know how much we can get here. We got a 16,000 container. It's not going to hurt us to fill it. I am not flying all over the place for parts that's fallen. Just got to be careful when you do this that you don't lose a lot of things. And these shapes, you see how these shapes are different sizes and curves. It's just from hitting the right button for you put them down. Now it still uses a full block to make it, but its armor value is based off of what a full block is. And then say if it's like a block that's a full corner, it's a slash from corner to corner, it's only half a block. So let's say it's got 1,000 armor. Well, because it's a half block, it's only got 500. This has got a little piece cut off of it, so it's probably 70% of what the armor is. But it's also 70% of the weight. And that's important. And when you're like if you got block limits and things like that turned on, all that stuff factors in when you're trying to make a really good ship. And I hope to one day make a quick video to give you guys the just rundown of how to do that. But I just want to get the core basics out of the way. Now this is ventilation. If you've got an enclosed ship, you're going to need these in your enclosed ships. Because that's how you get oxygen from your oxygen tanks. Now these are doors you can open and close. It's really good for like if you wanted to put like a cargo box on the exterior of your ship, but you wanted to give it some armor protection from being able to be shot out, you could put these doors on them. Or you can literally just put those doors on them and have a force field with them so that you can get in and out of your ship without using a regular door. Some people use them just for certain aesthetic purposes. I'm going to grab a few more of these and then we're going to jump down there. We're going to see how many we got. We're going to throw them in there to see. But we might as well try to get a full stack of 4,000. This way we can just drop the whole stack in. This way we've got the iron ingots in our factory for use for our next vehicle. We can hit F4 to see what we got. We've only got 820, which is not a lot. That was a light we just picked up. Lights are unique. because you can go in and change the property. You can turn them into spotlights, or you can change their intensity. You can change how far it casts light, how bright it casts light, the color of the light. This has got to be boring, guys. Oh, man. I don't care. There's enough of it here that I'm not worried about, because we got that whole other side. These are those bunk beds, so it's giving us mechanical stuff and carbon substrate. I got it. See, that's the ammo container. That's a container extension. Hardened steel block. Wardrobe. I didn't realize that was there. I'm going to keep that there because there might be something good in it. All right, let's hit F5 to get out of this and see what we got. So hit F4, let's close this thing. So we got 1192. That should give us 250, at least 250. And see, if we still had room for titanium, we could have just stuck this whole stack in there and had extras put in there. We could have put the glass in there for carbon substrate, the carbon substrate in there, but it's fine. So we're going to go to our blueprints. We're going to take our entire stack of steel plates and drop them in there. We picked up 240 of them. We're overkill on this. Now we need to go get some silicon ingots. So let's close this out, get out of here. I just hit F4 to connect to the Wi-Fi, and I'm going to disconnect from the thing. It's getting late. You see up top left up here, see the time. It's 11 minutes till sunup. See, it's got an arrow pointing up. That means we can go to bed. If that arrow is pointing down, it means that sun, waiting for the sun to go down. We can't go to bed. We can't go to bed right now, so we're going to go to bed, make it daytime. And we're going to find us a real silicon deposit and not mess with that one that's glitched out. Yeah. Make sure our base is off, save fuel. Make sure we've got drill charges. We know we do. Make sure our inventory is empty. Make sure our vessel here. We're looking for the dart. Make sure the cargo boxes on it are empty. So we just do this in one-stop shopping. And up in the air we go. We're going to hit our scan, because look down at our toolbar. We're on our scanner. And we're just going to try to find us a silicone deposit. And we're going to ignore that one because we know that one's broken. We're going to avoid going to the Talon territory just because. Let's see. Iron. Silicon. We found 6 silicon. But I don't want to fly halfway around the world for silicon. So we're just dragging our globe around looking for silicon deposits. Yeah, there's 3 of them down here right outside of that. And it's halfway around the world, so I guess it is. So we're going to make a southeast beeline for it. Iron, iron, iron. Yeah, and we're going to set a waypoint. A waypoint, show on HUD, and we just want that to remove when we approach it. This way we don't have to go in and manually delete it. So let's find our southeast. We should see it. There it is. 9 miles for silicone, people. But we'll scan the area as we're going. Maybe we'll come across another one. I'm just hitting W and spacebar to get lifted off the ground. And when I get leveled out where I want to fly, I'm just going to hold W, then push left control. And now I can let go and I can freehand, so I can open up my map and look around. Scan, hit my map and see what we're picking up. Close our map, make sure we're locked on target here where we want to go. Scan again, hit M as we open things. Scan, open the map. We may swing by and pick up that resource before we head over there, see what it is, because there's 11 silicone and I'm missing 5 of them, so maybe these are silicones. So we're going to swing down here to this. Get within 0.24 miles of it and we'll hit our scanner again and it'll tell us what it is. If it isn't what we're looking for, we'll beeline for other silicone down there. But we're not wasting effort. We're opening up gray areas. There we go. Iron. There's plenty of other stuff. We'll swing by these 2 along the way. There's plenty of stuff here we haven't spotted yet. No, no, get above him, get above him, get above him. Don't you shoot me. There we go. But how close are we away from this drone? Is he on an intercept course? See, that's not worth the risk of getting shot down just yet. We're so close from having a vehicle with weapons. Alt M and a little prick. Detour this, but that's all right. Really don't want to engage them because I don't want to start the drone attacks. I'm not exactly sure what engages the drone attacks, but I know when they come, they're a pain in the butt. The first match I played in this, I literally spent most of my game trying to find food. I was learning. I didn't really know what I was doing. Trying to find food and defending myself from these constant drone attacks. It was all I had time to do. And it took me 150 hours or something like that. Matter of fact, I posted a review of this game at the exact same time I first left to go into outer space. I had 150 hours in this game. Oh my god, these drones. What were the silliest things? We're just seeing if he's in a holding pattern or if he's actually heading this way. He's heading this way, the little brick. Gotta keep hitting the scanner. What is he doing over there? Alright, he looks like, oh, he's getting further away, so we're going to leave our ship running just in case. F5, get in our, make sure we get our drill active. And let's get the drilling fast. Double tap tab so you can open this up. I'm so far away, I'm not going to make it. I gotta get closer, guys. I'm scared. I think it's 0.15 with these guys. Oh, this is not a good look. Yeah, he found me. He's coming. Little butthead. Alright, off we go to another silicone deposit. Let's see what we got resources at. Let's go around here to this one. I don't know if we can get away from him over here. Of all things to be difficult to find. Where's our drone? What does that say? 0.92? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we're going to leave our ship running. Let's check our fuel. We're good. We're going to hit F and stand on top of it. F5. Double tap our tab button. This way we keep our mini map open. There we go. We got some silicone now. See it? Yeah. We're going to get our fill. Just because it's such a pain in the butt. And we just know that in the future, if we get excess rocks or crushed stone, we'll turn it into silicone. The silicone is relatively light as it comes to volume. It's like titanium and sathium. The sathium is much heavier. F5, F4, F4. Double tap tab every time you come out of this and back into it. Now when our inventory fills this time, we're beat. There's nothing else we can do about it. We got no more cargo space. But if this was a small deposit anyway, we might get the bulk of it. Pick up some stone while we're down here. It's not going to hurt us none. Because we could always use this to make carbon substrate later, remember. So we'll fill our inventory and get out of here. Stone is actually heavy. You'll learn that when you start farming asteroids and you got a 320,000 storage capacity and you fill it up quickly and half of it's stone. There we go. We are full. And we're on our way home, bro. Let's go. Wait, is it quicker to go this way to get home? Oh, that's the abandoned bunker. Might as well just uncover all this stuff. Just head northeast. See what's up here. Fly over Xerax point of interest. You can actually go attack the drone bases where Xerax is sending drones to you from. You can actually go attack those bases. I prefer not to engage with them just yet. Let's line up with home. 10 miles. Remember, we got our food with us in our vessel. So if we get hungry enough, we can just hit F4. Go to our fridge and see what's good to eat. So we can eat this. See what's over there, that level 5? See how it's red? That means it's a Xerax base. We don't want to go aggravate him just yet. Ooh, there's a purple POI. Oh, another reactor. Those are fun. All of these purple POIs, those are the things you need to go get. And I was a little disappointed because I didn't get in your restroom from that last one. And I'm thinking maybe it's a low level thing. So I'm going to try to, before I go really attack another POI, really try to get my level up. So hopefully maybe it's a loot level drop thing. I don't know. I'll try to get my level up a little bit so that I'm in, you know, at least in the realm of more of the in-game stuff. Level cap's 25. There's our moon. You could fly the moon in this ship if you wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't, but you could. It's better to have a gun. Or 2. Or 4. Or 15. I think we're good now, man. We'll be able to put this down. And we'll be able to turn this stuff into silicon ingots, because that's what we're lacking here, right? We just need 119 silicon ingots, which we got plenty. So make us some silicon ingots, drop it in here, and we will spawn our ship in, and then we will make some ammunition for it. And now we at least have something it doesn't have any shields or nothing like that in it. It doesn't have a warp drive, but at least it's got a gun. And you can use this this minigun. You can actually go into hit the P, go to your devices, and then click on it, and then there's an access button up here so that you can actually physically use it. Ooh, get over this mountain. So you can physically use it to aim at what you want. And if you get to a POI and you know it's a crappy POI with sentry guns in your way and stuff, you can actually use it to blast through the wall. Your shotgun is not going to poke a hole into combat steel walls, but that railgun will, or that minigun will, or even the Gatling gun that's on the front of it will. A rocket launcher will do it in like 4 or 5 shots. No problems. And that's not even the homing ones. That's just the regular ones. So that you can enter it where you want to enter it with you know, without having to deal with that bottleneck they always create for you to make it more difficult. So now we can pretty much just park this and use it as our refrigerator. And not have to worry about turning it on and off as we go. Main tab. So we're leaving only the refrigerator on. So our inventory is full. So put that in there. Let's get this to cooking. Some silicon. So I don't know. So every one of these we click, it's going to give us 10. So there's 100, 200, 300. We'll make 300 of them. Why not? Get in our cargo box here. Cool. That out for our cargo box 1. So we got 50. So we hit F2. So we need 119. I'll show you how we get more in here than we need. Basically, we need 119, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put 118 in, and then we're going to grab a full stack of 4,000 if we've got them. This is late game, right? So, and then we take that entire stack of 4,000 and put it in there. So then we end up with 3,999 more that we could use, but we got it in storage. It's handy stuff. Another 90. F2, but we're poor, so we may need it. Boom, we are done. Now, see the start production tab pops up. Now, when we first started this one in episode 1, the very beginning, this is the blueprint production thing we was talking about, where it's either instant, fast, slow, or whatever. Now, you can see here, this has got a total production time. It's going to take 1 second to spawn it in. Now, something like this, I think it takes like 10 minutes to make something like this, but like a fully developed destroyer class capital ship can take 50 hours. So we're going to hit start production. Boom, it is done. And now you see we don't have a factory to work in anymore because we haven't sent anything to the factory. So here's our list of stuff, and we're at everything, all objects, and you see in the completed category is the Iron Bandit. We just simply click spawn, and we got, it comes someplace so it's not on top of anything. I'll just put it up in the air. Over here. Spawn it in. Just left click mouse. So now we got our Iron Bandit. So same thing goes with this. We're going to hop in it. We're going to hit P to access it. You see it's private. So we're going to add it to our faction. And the first thing we're going to look for is we're going to look for that minigun turret that's on the top. Because I slapped one of those bad boys up there. Now, if you want to use this ship, see, I only got one Gatling gun on it, and there's a headlight there and a headlight there, a spotlight. You can actually take the one headlight and put it in the center, and then put two of these Gatling guns on it if you want. But at level 10, you can take that off and put a rocket launcher there. And I just use this for punching holes in POVs and things like this. And I usually carry it around on that heavy lift thing. So the rocket launcher is more suitable for me. Homing's even better, but I think that comes in at tier 12. But you want to get this as early as possible, so tier 7 is good. So once we're in this, watch this. We're going to hit the P to access this. We're going to hit device. This is a handy little trick that I learned. So you see, we've got a minigun turret right here. So every time we want to access it, we got to dig through that and find this thing. So we're going to hit F, hit P to go back into this. So we're going to cheat the system, and we're going to add a group, right? And we're going to name that group 1. Add a little bracket and put TURRET weapon. Whatever we want. All that matters is you put that 1 in the front because you see it makes it to the top. Now we are going to physically click on the minigun turret inside the group, and we are going to click add to group, and our turret weapon 1 is right there. So now it's going to be at the top. So we don't need this group anymore. So now we are going to remove that group, and we got this stuff ungrouped because I didn't group them when I built them. So we're going to add the Gatling gun to a weapon. Add to group. I'll fix that, I promise, so that you won't have to do this later. But it's nice to learn. Boom. So now it's moved the Gatling gun to a weapon. Now the spotlight, we're going to move to the spotlights there. So you're going to add to group spotlight, and we'll see if this works. This is kind of glitched, but watch this. So we've just added a spotlight to the spotlights. So we're going to grab this other spotlight, and we're just going to add the last group. And now all our devices are grouped. We learned why it's important to group them, so you can name them if you wanted to, right? So I click on my mini. Once it's grouped, you can come in here and you can name them. And most importantly, you can click on this category. If you got like 10 minigun turrets on a vessel, you can come over here and you can tell it what you want it to attack. I don't want to waste ammunition shooting predators. I definitely don't want it shooting. Only thing I really want it shooting at is NPC drones and players. But you got to be careful when you're flying this ship over Talon territory that it don't start shooting Talon or don't start shooting a Polaris Mega Group. You don't start generating hate with it. And an easy way to do that, you can actually just come here and just turn your weapons off, but you're left vulnerable. You just got to know it's there. Or you can come here and create a custom and just turn the weapons. We'll just put turrets up here and hit enter. So watch this. We'll go to devices and we'll go to click on this and we'll click turrets. So when we come back here, just like we did with the refrigerator before, we could turn our turrets on and off right here, but you see it's also right here. But that'll also turn off your Gatling gun. So now this will only turn off your turret. It won't turn off your Gatling gun. So now we need to put some fuel in here. Let's fill it up. Oh. Hit P. You see down here? All the weapons that are on board, it'll tell you what ammunition you need. Because the game's a little janky with descriptions of weapons and it gets confusing. So we need 15mm bullets. So we need to open up our our tech tree to make sure that we have small vessels, anything that uses a 15 millimeter bullet. So the Gatling gun uses, ironically, 15 millimeter bullets. So we're going to double click on that, and we're going to unlock the minigun turret. Why not? Maybe it gets damaged or destroyed. We need to make another one. So we're just going to unlock it for posterity, and then we're going to come over to our base that we've left on, and we are going to go to the ammunition. And if you look right here, we got 15 millimeter bullets. So every one of these you make is going to give you 100. So we are going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to make 800 of these. And it's going to go right to the steel plates. So if you don't want to use your iron, you can just turn all this off and come over here and get you some steel plates. This way you can conserve your iron ingots for better stuff later. Salvage. And we're reloading. Got to put another charge on our multi-tool. Missed it. I'm getting too far from my drone. I'm doubling back now. I should be all right. I caught that one. Inventory full. You should have dropped a box in front of me, and it did. Did I have any left over in here? No, just titanium. We can put that titanium in there, because we don't need that. So let's grab the other junk that's in here. And we'll go put that in our stuff too, so it uses it when we want to make stuff, instead of our other resources we've had to gather. Turn this back on and watch. Why to turn your base back on? So we got 250 steel plates. Now we're going to go look at the Iron Bandit and show you why I like it so much. Sitting on top, you'll see you have 3023 storage, because it's got a container controller, and all these little pieces around it are, look, it's vulnerable because it's on the outside. Container extensions all the way around, and then underneath is where the ammo box is. It's right, it should be right there. Yep, it holds. I hate that about that. You got to go to the hand so it doesn't put the thing in the way. It holds 848. It's not a lot of ammo, but this isn't a destroyer. So we're done here. So we'll turn our base off. Go to our storage output. We'll grab that, and we'll move it over to here so that it's useful for our constructor. So we got 800 bullets. Let's see how much 800 bullets weigh. So we're going to get in our ship, hit P, and we can hit fill all, and it'll take all 800 bullets and put it in here. Now we'll go to manage to see how much space we got left. 800 bullets only took up 80. So I'm guessing we could probably put close to 8,000 in here. Do we need 8,000? Yeah, why not? So turn our base back on, come back in here, go to our weapons, find our 15 millimeter bullets. So we're going to hold Alt. That'll make us 100. Remember, for every one we make, it's going to make 100. So we're about to make 10,000. We don't need to make that many, but we'll shut it off when we get to the number we're looking for. But let's make a couple thousand. I'm not sure what that Pentaxic tank weighs. Maybe we can get it with this vessel. Maybe not. I'd prefer to have this vessel sitting on the that whatchamahoosit, the heavy lift steel transport, because the heavy lift steel transport's got 2 of those same guns on it. You put this one mounted on it with it running, so the turret will fire at anything that comes near it when you're in space. This way you've got 3 of those guns pointed towards a drone when the drones find you, because they will make short work of a drone. We're just seeing what we can make. Oh, I guess we've used all our steel plates. We're back into cutting into our iron. Oh, my little kitten here. I know. You gonna say hi to everybody? And look, we're getting hungry. All right. Okay. Tell them. Send me out. Yeah. All right. So let's close this out. I just held left control and clicked on it and turned everything off, because that's good enough for our weapons for now. Let's see what we got in here. So we can just look at it, hit P, and then hit fill all. So we got 2,800 rounds in here. Yeah, we're good, bro. We could stick 4,000 in here, no problem. It'll go through them pretty fast, because when you go look at the actual weapon itself, let's go to the P and go to devices and look at the minigun turret. I'm starving to death. Magazine capacity is 300, so when you load the gun, it puts 300 in it, and its rate of fire is 200 rounds per minute. So it doesn't take long to weed through that if you want. And then remember, we got the Gatling gun on the front, and the Gatling gun on the front, 300 rounds per minute. So let's go get some food to eat, bro. We're hungry. And then we're going to close out this episode, because we did what we promised to do. And next we'll determine whether or not we want to spawn in that high lift steel and go get us a warp drive. So let's grab our food out of our fridge, though. So this edible stuff only gives you 18 health, 36 food, 92 food. That's pretty good. So I'm going to do that since I'm starving. It's free food. Maybe I'll move some stuff over to make actual food. What else we got in here to eat? I could drink that milk, because it's, 24 food at a time, and it was freebies. But it also does other things, like if you get bad trips, like you could take some of these medicines, that you use. I think it's those little pills. I don't remember what I did with them. This is for indigestion, food poisoning, and stuff like this. See, like a lot of these foods you can just flat out eat. Like if you get a poisonous bite, you can just eat a mushroom. Now, it may give you indigestion or something, so you need to take that pill. So it's always handy to carry these pills with you, and carry some bandages with you anywhere you go, because you never know. But let's go ahead and... That's milk. See, milk has a habit of giving you a bad trip, because it's like that Star Wars milk. Oh, see, there we go. Indigestion. But we're just going to keep drinking, because you can't double down on indigestion. Indigestion is a slow disease. So we're good at $4.99. And we're going to go back to F4. Put our milk back up in here. Take one of our stomach pills. Oh, wait a minute. We got a toilet. Yeah. That's why a capital vessel is nice, because you can carry this stuff in a capital vessel. So we didn't need to take the pill, because we had a toilet to go relieve our diarrhea. All right, so let's go to bed. And next time I see you, we'll make a determination if we'll figure out the weights to figure out if we have enough carrying capacity to actually carry that back. If that's so, we'll go get that warp drive with this one. This way we don't risk damaging our next ship. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope I was helpful. And I will see you in the next episode. Please like and subscribe, man. It's really helpful.
They say you don't gotta go.